Hello, beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a winter day here in the far north of Maine. It is January 10th, 2025. It is approximately 110 days since the young 14-year-old girl, Stefanie Damron, from New Sweden Maine, walked into the woods on her parents' property after having an argument with her sister and simply vanished off the face of the earth. People have been asking about updates on Stefanie's case since my last video. Unfortunately, there have been no substantial updates by the Maine State Police or the FBI since the last video. However, Lisa Damron, Stefanie's mother, recently gave an interview to Dateline NBC. The interview was published on January 7th, 2025 by Nicolas Vinuela. It was published on NBCnews.com. I am going to link that written interview in the description box below. I will be reading that interview during this video. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, while you are watching the video and listening to me narrate the interview that Lisa Damron gave Dateline NBC, please hold in your heart love, hope, and prayers for the safe return of Stefanie Damron. Thank you for watching. Lisa Damron told Dateline, quote, "It's the worst nightmare that you wish you could wake up from, and it just keeps going and going and going. I just want to know where my baby's at. I just want my baby home." End quote. Lisa's daughter, 13-year-old Stefanie Damron, has been missing from her New Sweden Maine home since September 23rd, 2024. She has since turned 14. Lisa said, "She's a wonderful girl. I can't believe this is all happening." The day Stefanie disappeared was like any other. Sometime in the early afternoon, Lisa went with her husband to fill out paperwork for a job application. 4 of their 6 children, including Stefanie, stayed home with their grandfather. The Damron children are homeschooled. Lisa remembered, "Before we left and stuff, she came up to me, was giving me love and hugged me and told me she loved me and kissed me on the cheek. I kissed her back and told her I love her and I'll be back." Lisa says she began receiving text messages at around 3 p.m. from her eldest daughter that Stefanie had left the house. Lisa says, "Sometimes when, she gets upset or just wants to be left alone, she would go out in the woods. They went out looking for her and stuff. They couldn't find her." According to Lisa, Stefanie had gotten into an argument with her older sister about chores before she ran off. After the argument, Stefanie went outside where her grandfather was doing maintenance work on the front door. Lisa said, "He said that she turned around, looked at him. She had tears in her eyes, and she turned around and just kept walking." Lisa says Stefanie then walked into the woods by the house, an area with which she was extremely familiar. There is a path through the area that leads to the main road. The family heard a vehicle pass by shortly after Stefanie ran off, although nobody saw it. Lisa said, "They do not know if it was a vehicle, a four-wheeler, a motorcycle, or something. By the time anybody got up there, the vehicle was already gone." Shortly after learning Stefanie had run off, Lisa headed home to help look for her. Lisa said, "I started looking for her, going up and down the roads and everything, because, she has done this before." Lisa told Dateline that there have been 2 other instances where Stefanie has run off, but not like this. Lisa said, "I've been able to find her the time she did it before, but this time I couldn't find her." The next day, Stefanie's family reports her missing to the Maine State Police. Maine State Police Lieutenant Darren Crane tells Dateline the initial police response for Stefanie was extensive. Quote, "Several canine teams went very early on. We've also gone back with cadaver dogs. We have talked to neighbors repeatedly, just seeing if they remember anything or have heard anything or saw anything suspicious that day or around that time frame." According to Lieutenant Crane, The Maine State Police has done several days' worth of large-scale grid searching in the area, which he describes as extremely dense. More recently, the start of winter has made searching more difficult. The lieutenant says, quote, "That's a hurdle for us. We will, when weather permits, continue to search the local area physically. That we haven't give up on that," end quote. According to Lieutenant Crane, the FBI offered their resources to the Maine State Police not long after Stefanie went missing. The Major Crimes Unit will continue to investigate the case in partnership with the FBI's CARD team. A Facebook post from the Maine State Police from November 21st stated, "The CARD team is the FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team, which specializes in cases where a child has been abducted by someone other than a family member." The FBI has listed Stefanie on their website and is offering a reward of up to $15,000 for information leading to the safe return of Stefanie Damron and/or information leading to the arrest and prosecution of anyone involved in her disappearance. Lieutenant Crane would not go into details of the investigation and says his department has not made a determination on whether foul play is involved in Stefanie's disappearance. The lieutenant says, "The fact that we don't know either where Stefanie is today or what happened to Stefanie then, we believe anything is still possible. From an accident out in the woods to foul play. We're taking it all serious and following up on any lead that points us in one direction or the other." Lisa Damron describes the last few months as agonizing, wondering where Stefanie is. She said, quote, "I wished I knew to God where she was at because she wouldn't be there. She would be here at home where I know it's safe," end quote. Stefanie is 5'0" and 130 pounds. She has green eyes and brown hair. She was last seen wearing blue jeans, a long-sleeved blue shirt, and black Harley-Davidson hiking boots. Stefanie would be 14 years old today. Anyone with information about Stefanie's disappearance is asked to call the Maine State Police at 1-800-924-2261. That's 1-800-924-2261 or 207-532-5400. You may also contact the FBI's tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you could submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov.